Hey everybody, GT here from GT's Barbecue. Hope everybody's doing okay. If it's your first time stopping by, welcome. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, I really appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Today I'm going to do some stuffed pork chops. 3 or 4 weeks ago, I did a video where I made my own pork chops out of a pork tenderloin. And I cut them up, did them on the Blackstone. They came out really good. So the wife and I were talking. I still have half of that pork loin left. I'm going to cut it a little thicker. We're going to put some slices in it, and we're going to fill it up with some stovetop stuffing, and we're going to eat it. So this is something I've never done before. I'm not even sure it's going to be a thick enough piece of meat to do it with, but we're going to give her a try. So stay tuned. We'll get the meat prepped up here in a second. I'll be right back. Okay, let's get our meat trimmed up here. I'm just going to get rid of some of this surface fat. Okay, calling that good. Looks pretty good. This side looks pretty good. So, the last time, let me switch knives here. The last time I cut the other half of this into 5 steaks. I don't know, about yay. So this time, I want them to be thicker so that I can stuff them. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it, start right in the middle. Cut through like so, and then I'm going to cut each of these in half. So that's going to leave us with some nice thick pork chops, hopefully that we can get some stuffing into. Again, I've not tried this before, so trying to use up some meat out of the freezer. So from here, I'm just going to take my knife and cut basically a slit. You don't want to cut too deep down in here, but I want to make a little pocket. Obviously, we don't want to cut all the way through. So you're going to end up with something about like so. And then we'll put our goodies inside, close it up, get them out on the Recteq. So I'll go ahead and do these other 3. I'll be back here in a second. We'll get them seasoned up. Stay tuned. Okay, let's get these guys seasoned up. Surprise, surprise. I'm using some more of my Uncle Steve's Gator Shake on these. This has kind of become a little bit of a go-to for me. And we're going to go along. Not too awful heavy, but keep in mind these are thick pieces of meat. Kind of cover it all. Get a coating like so. Turn them over. So, what I'm going to do here is open these guys up and get a little bit of rub on the inside. Not a lot. You can really overdo it, but pork is a meat that's really lean and it doesn't have a lot of natural flavor, so every little bit of flavor you can get in there, the better. And as you can see, these aren't going to be too deep. You can't get a lot in here, but I'm going to put some cheese and some stovetop stuffing in here to see what we get. So I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. We'll find out what we get here in a minute. Okay, let's get these bad boys stuffed. Get our little pockets opened up here. Like so. Got a little piece of provolone cheese. I'm going to kind of tuck down in the bottom. I know some of this, probably most of it, is just going to come out during the cooking process, but I don't know, it sounded good. You can do whatever you want. Now I'm just going to reach in here. We're not going to eat this stuffing after this, so this is not going to be tainted. And I am going to cook this to 165 degrees today. A little stuffing on that guy. So there you have it. I'm just going to let these sit here for a minute. I may actually put this in the fridge for about 10 minutes just to kind of let this stuffing set up a little bit. And then I'm just going to put them on the Rectech just like they are. I'm going to cook them at 275 degrees till they hit about 165 internal temp. Take them off and we'll see what we get. Stay tuned. I'll be right back and we'll get them outside. Okay, I've got Angus set at 275. It's running at 275. I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I'm going to run these at that 275 until they hit an internal temp of about 140 degrees. Then I'm going to crank this sucker up on high. Man, those look good already. And I'm going to crank this sucker up on high and see if I can get... Pellet grills aren't really known for their ability to brown things. Ideally, you might put these in a conventional oven for a few minutes on broil, but I think they're going to be fine just like they are. So stay tuned. We'll chuck them here in a bit and we'll see what we get. Okay, these guys have been on here for about 1 hour. Ooh, looking good. Holy cow, those are getting nice and crusty on top. I'm going to get a temp on the meat itself. Perfect, 136. Try this guy. Obviously it's about the same. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and crank this thing up on high. Let it go for about 15 more minutes. Do the best I can to brown this. And I'm going to pull it at about 165 degrees. So stay tuned. I'll be back here in a second. Okay, I've had these on for an hour at 275, 15 more minutes on high, which is close to 500 degrees. I'm going to get a check. Oh yeah, it's safe at 145. I'm going to let these rest for about 25 minutes under foil, and it's going to carry over. So I'm going to call these done. I'll get inside, we'll get them rested, we'll cut them up, and we'll take a bite. Stay tuned. Okay, these things look delicious. So I had them on for 275 degrees for the first hour, and then I cranked it up to high, which was somewhere between 450 and 475 for about another 15 minutes. We got some nice browning on the top, and they temped out at about 165 degrees. So I'm just going to cut into one of these. Sorry, let me move this out of the way. So there you have it. We have our cheese pretty much disappeared, but it didn't drain out. So apparently that's a good kind of cheese to use, that provolone. I just want to get a bite of this tenderloin. Nice and moist. Uncle Steve's shake coming through. Very good. I'm sure you already know what stovetop stuffing tastes like, but let me make sure. Really delicious, really tender. This worked out perfectly. I couldn't have been happier with this. So anyway, Thanks so much for watching. If you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.